Hi, I'm Rabbi Stein. Welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with the BI Rabbi. I hope you don't mind the noise outside here. I'm trying to stay away from Oak, and hopefully the traffic will die down. But I wanted to be here so that you can see the Canadian Blood Donor Center right there. It's only a couple blocks from our synagogue, right now next to BC Women's and Children's Hospitals. And we drive by it so often, and we often ignore it. We see that sign that says how many donors they need in BC, and how many they need in Canada. And we just go by. But I'll tell you a quick story about myself, my own experiences with blood donation. I was in Israel, 1999, 2000, for my third year of university abroad, studying at Hebrew University in Jerusalem, just like Rabbi Infeld did, just like Rabbi Blumen did, in different years from each other. But that was my year, 1999, in the fall. A friend of mine, Jamie, she got up in class. She's still a friend of mine, actually, still a good friend. She got up and told about a young man, a high school student in a high school program in Jerusalem, and his mother was visiting Israel for treatment, probably for cancer. She needed platelets. And I hadn't heard of platelets. Maybe I'd heard the word, but I didn't know you could just donate platelets. And Jamie asked if people could donate, maybe see if they were a match for this woman. And I went and I donated, and I don't think I was a match. And sadly, she passed away later that year, as I recall. But even though I wasn't a match for this person, I kept going. I said, you know what, if I can donate blood like that, and I learned that you don't just donate a whole pint of blood. That's one way to do it. That's what most people do. But there's this other way where you get hooked up to a machine for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. The machine you might know this, some of you watching, but if you don't, the machine takes the blood out of you, a bunch of it, over the course of that long period of time while you watch a movie or practice Torah reading, as I would do sometimes. And it puts it in this machine, and it swirls it around, divides it into different parts, takes away the platelets or the plasma or both into a bag, and then gives you back the rest of your blood, and then does that process 6 or 7 or 9 times. And then you go home, and you haven't even lost a pint of blood, just lost a small amount of those platelets in that bag, but they're so important for people who have had accidents or injuries or surgeries, or they're going through treatment for something like cancer. And so I kept doing it. I did it in Israel. I have a card still somewhere. It shows all the times I donated that year, and a different year that I was studying at the Pardes Institute in Jerusalem. And I did it in San Diego in university in my final year. And I did it in Los Angeles during rabbinical school, sometimes every few weeks. And I knew that I was helping people. I'm not telling you this to boost myself in your eyes. I'm telling you because maybe a few of you will watch and decide that you want to start giving regularly too, whether it's whole blood or plasma or platelets or both. And why am I telling you this now? Well, we have a blood drive coming up at our shul. It's the 12th and 13th of May. It's high time that we do this again. We haven't done it in a while, but we're connecting with the Blood Services Center, and they have a team thing or a group thing where a community signs up, and then we as a community try to get as many people to donate as we can, and that they sort of get credited to our community account, our Beth Israel team, if you will. So we really hope you'll sign up. It's part of our Good Times committee that's been putting together the book club and the hiking club and the mural group. So really great things going on. And look, I'm not perfect. I haven't continued recently. My veins were thin, and it would slow down, and they'd have to hit the machine, not hit the machine, but tap a button when it would beep at them, have to put warm compresses on my shoulders, and it got to be too much, so I stopped for a while. But I know I need to start going again. I just want to tell you one quick thing about our parasha. Parashat Emor, it's still in this holiness code that I talked about last week. So many moral and ethical laws, opportunities for more mitzvot in our lives. But it says 2 words in Hebrew, shmartem v'asitem. You shall keep the mitzvot, and also do them. So it makes us think. I was reading something by a fellow rabbi, Rabbi David Kamen. His son is actually a rabbi too, Dan, who's a classmate of mine. Rabbi Kamen talks about how, we can keep the mitzvot and guard them, but to really do them, to make them a real part of our lives, that's an important thing. And if you think about it, what's the most important mitzvah we can do? Maybe to keep this earth inhabitable, to practice sustainability, so we can live on this earth. But maybe also, I'd say, to save a life. Pikuach nefesh. That one goes at the top. Maybe you can get involved in vaccinations, get yourself vaccinated, but giving blood, giving platelets, giving plasma, that's one of the best ways we can save lives. It's so easy. I hope you'll join me. You know, I just said I haven't done it in a little while and I need to get started again, and I will. I've signed up. I signed up a couple weeks ago. There's a special code used to get connected with our synagogue's team. So I invite you to go do it, and go do it soon. Shabbat Shalom.